There is no war on women, and here is why. An example would be Casey Anthony. She killed a kid, got a book deal, no jail time. Besides owing her lawyer a bunch of money, she basically got off scot-free. Her lawyer even tried to put the blame on the father by asking the following question: "If you molested your daughter, would you admit it?" Which is a doozy. But I would have answered, "I wouldn't be able to tell you because I would have killed myself if I had." So the lawyer tried to make the mother, woman, the victim. Here's another one. Was autistic boys killing a desperate cry for help? Relatives of McCabe say London was the center of her life, and that she was a devoted mom consumed by his 2011 autism diagnosis. They said she suffered a mental collapse in the face of the challenges of caring for her son and her husband, and didn't get proper mental health. I'm going to bring up the fact that NBC News, the website I got the story off of, is yet again trying to make the woman the victim, despite the fact that a child is dead. I also want to bring up the fact that everybody wanted background checks for people who wanted to buy guns, so we wouldn't have any more shootings. How about a background check for future mothers? If a history of mental illness is spotted, as soon as she has a child, take the kid away from her so we can avoid disasters like this. I also want to say this woman deserves to have a bloody face stomped in by cleats. But a mother gets killed and they literally call in the firing squad. A mother went on vacation with her daughter and the boyfriend, which ended up in a murder, and they literally wanted him dead by firing squad. Anyway, speaking of the war on women, there was a YouTube comment about the new fad of women hanging around gay men, and I want to address that by saying it's not new. It has been happening since I was a kid. In Southfield, there was this obviously gay kid, Al, and my friend Ross would be so jealous whenever we started talking about him. He would be, "Oh yeah, all the women would hang around him." The reason why this is because sites like Facebook post memes about men not being able to control themselves when women wear short skirts and whatnot. Feminists get up and talk about how the school has a dress code for women, and she made the point that they should be able to dress how they want to, and once again the boys somehow can't keep their eyes off the girls in the skirts by saying the school thinks that the dress code is more important than the education. So basically straight men are going to rape women whenever they can, is what the liberals are saying. Women hang around gay men because they don't rape women. So it's government propaganda which promoted this epidemic of gay men and women being BFFs, or should I say BFWAF, best friends with a fag. Keep this in mind, please. There is no such thing as too right wing. My ideal candidate, now that the Republicans have taken over the Senate, someone who does away with wrongdoers. I remember seeing an article about lethal injection being too harsh of a punishment because if they don't do it right, it can get the wrong vein and the death will be extremely slow and painful. It will last for 3 minutes. No more of that. When I say do away with wrongdoers, I mean a candidate who will say a rapist, a murderer, a child molester, a kidnapper will die. My candidate will put in place a law that if the police are called about someone who is caught or known for doing said crimes, will be shot as soon as the police arrive, mental illness or not. Even welfare fraud is a crime punishable by death. My paycheck is a shitty one, $173 and some change. If people think they need to take some of that because they're too lazy to work, then we don't need those kinds of people living on our planet. Shoot and kill those frauds. The Fiscal Times reports two signs that the economy is really getting better. One, the Republicans took over the Senate, and two, the Republicans took over the Senate. A 3-year-old boy was hit over the head with a frying pan. The mother and father both were laughing as they hung him upside down and continued to beat him until death. A judge called it pure evilness. And if I could elaborate on why I think that it's happening, it all starts with bugs. Killing bugs is a gateway to killing animals. Want proof? Police made a stop at a house when they found the daughter covered in blood and the dog had been stabbed repeatedly. Abortion is the gateway to murder. Ever heard about that crazy woman who wrote a letter to a child she was going to abort? Sick stuff. And thank God liberals aren't in the Senate anymore, because I have a feeling if they could get abortion legalized, they could get murder legalized as well. Listen, the Daily Meal reports negative calorie foods to help undo Thanksgiving dinner. First of all, it's happy holidays, then it's holiday break, now this. We're not just having a war on Christmas, we're having a war on American traditions. Another example of the war on American traditions will be marriage. It's always been the American tradition for a man to want to have sex with a beautiful woman. I mean, it's uncommon for a man to look at a woman and think, you know what I want? Some man butt. My brother asked the question, would you rather lick a woman's asshole or have a woman lick your asshole? The gay punchline is, don't let it be me preventing a girl from getting her vegetables. If Michelle Obama starred in Fran Drescher's popular 90s sitcom, what would it be called? The Tranny. Finally, a professor blames Christian straight white males for everything. Christians, thou shalt love thy neighbor as yourself. I mean, sure, if you want to go out of your way to criticize Christians, the only way I could see it is God telling you to do something. That's what it sounds like. But that's no better than female employees demanding to have their contraception paid for. The male penis is not supposed to go into the ass. That's how people get AIDS. That's how the monkeys got it. The parts do not fit. White? Abraham Lincoln freed the damn slaves, and 60,000 white men died doing so, and to downplay that is impossible. Islam is not a religion of peace. The guy who killed an older woman still killed her regardless of whether or not it was because of her refusal to join Islam. Hearing about all these killings because of Islam and still saying it is a religion of peace is like being scammed out of money by a Jamaican and then saying it never happened. That's not just an analogy. That actually happened to me because I'm a retard. But I don't want to get into that. At least not in this video. P.S. You ever seen that show, Black Sheep Squadron? Well, they have Robert Con Radical. We have Black Con Man Radical. Another P.S. I don't believe Don Lemon when he says he was molested. We have Jerry Sandusky still on the loose. We have Muslims who have sex with children who are allowed over here every single day. And I would think he would be against Muslims coming over here just for that reason alone. And why isn't he demanding the death of Jerry Sandusky? If Don Lemon demanded the death of Jerry Sandusky, it would be done, and he would be dead. Don't believe me? Because of liberals, a cake shop owner who refused to bake a same-sex couple a wedding cake was ordered to sensitivity training. My brother's friend Zach Lavoie told a joke. It was what's black and blue and hates sex? The 10-year-old boy in my trunk. And I swear a tear fell from my eye. So if I was in Don Lemon's position, I would demand the ban of all Muslims and the death of Jerry Sandusky, and for that matter, Hillary Clinton too, because she acquitted a man of raping a 13-year-old in 1975. If you're a liberal out there, I hope you get better soon.